All right, we got a good little audience today. Somebody want to hear you talk.
Yeah.
Did you twist your students' arms?
Nah, ain't nobody on campus yet. They don't come back on campus to the 17th.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And I see you got the roads. Very good, very good. Good investment, sir.
Yes. It's another improvement on my.
And if you just get off that Android, you'll be all right.
Leave that alone.
Hey, y'all stay out of grown people conversation.
Oh, which one is first?
This grown people conversation back here.
You know how insecure iPhone was nowadays?
Listen, nobody's talking about that right now. I know that's what you want to talk about, but I just like the quality.
Okay.
The quality of the camera.
Okay, there you go. I'm gonna say you there you go. I'll give you that one.
You're not gonna argue with that.
No. Floyd want to talk to me about it. Listen, if it's on this phone, I expect the world already knows.
They do. Guaranteed.
Pretty much.
Hello, cool people. It's time to start our session for today. Before we get started, like always, may you sign in, please. To let 1 million cups know we out here, we outside. Yeah, we outside.
Oh, that's a new deck. All right.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Worked very hard on it. Looks good. I hope you like what you see. Oh, it's not too tall.
No, it's good.
It's perfect.
Apple phone.
The poor Android is struggling.
I need upgrade.
The poor Android is struggling.
Like always, the mission of 1 million cups is to lower the barrier of access to education, resources, connections for all types of new, seasoned, and inspiring entrepreneurs throughout the U.S. Keep your presentations, not pitches, authentic connections, not networking, radically, intentionally inclusive, run for the community, by the community. Here are amazing sponsors here that make 1 million cups of Columbia possible and Waffle House with a free coffee. Our local program, always free to the public, and with free coffee, 10 plus years. We've been here 10 plus years. Help weekly on Wednesday mornings, over 500 entrepreneur presentations, educational topics on finance, future framework, networking, and local resources. Upcoming presenters is me today, and we are looking for presenters. So if you have a business or something that you want to share with the folks, sign up on our page, on our website at 1millioncups.com/present. I saw in my email, we are getting a lot of people coming in hot, and so definitely we'll have those slots filled up. So definitely, I think.
Yeah, we've got 2 in the pipeline now that I'm just waiting to hear back from, and a couple more applications I think I need to go through.
Oh yeah. So September might be a move. Please silence your phone. Stop. See your phone.
Is that the new one?
I'm talking about my phone.
It's unbreakable.
Also, before I get started, he already did it, but I wanted us to put our hands together for Dr. Thaddeus W. Jones.
Thank you very much.
What's that? Yeah. We no pitching.
I'm not pitching. I'm helping you.
Mama, that bad man staring at me.
So now before I get into my presentation, I want to point out that the topic of this presentation is just because you don't know how to do it, don't let that stop you from doing it. So keep that in mind. That's the topic for this presentation. Also, I will mess up a lot of words. Please. It is my presentation, but I'm going to mess up some words. But Alton Mosley was born in the Democratic Republic of Congo and came to the U.S. when I was 5, fleeing from dictatorship. After my family experienced homelessness for 11 years, we rebuilt our lives, renting day trading, and started a church. While attending North Carolina Central, me and 2 other friends sold an advertising company to Google, and then later built a successful e-commerce business where I made my first million before launching the Perfect Family, a digital marketing business solutions company with now over 30 employees. Today, I'm an entrepreneur, educator, humanitarian, with businesses inspiring from salons, retail, agriculture, real estate, hospitality, and community development. I give back to the Congo, or I sponsor 55 students a year in the DRC to go to school, because after 8th grade, you have to pay for school. School is not free in the Congo after 8th grade. support housing initiatives, serve on many nonprofit boards within the Congo, built a community center in Kinshasa and Ghana for displaced families. In the U.S., I've worked on many political campaigns. I teach cybersecurity at Penn College and support local entrepreneurs and communities. At the end of the day, at the almost ripe age of 32, to what age? I enjoy working on my PhD at Duke University in artificial intelligence and concentration psychology. Being a member of Phi Beta Sigma, I like watching anime and building websites and making friends laugh, which I tried to do at home. And reading mystery novels of Sherlock Holmes. I love everything Sherlock. I consider you that. So my background story, I'm going to learn my background story just a small bit, and then I'm going to dive into what I want 1 million cups to be now, under me as the new lead order. So I want to really small on me, and then I'm diving into 1 million. Okay? Okay. So yeah, like I said, born in the Democratic Republic of Congo. This is my mother's side of the family. Pretty cool. My father's side is even bigger, but they're all kind of spread out. I was born right here in Kinshasa, the capital of Congo. And like I said, we had to get up out of there because the guy who was about to be in the chair was about to be on Adolf Hitler. He was for like 16 years, so we was already out. And so my father was like, yo, we gotta get out of here. And so the Congolese River flows through here, and there's a boat that came every 3 months. When the story that I was told when I was only 5, that we got on that boat, it took 3 days to get over here, and
Welcome.
we ended up in Charleston, and homeless people can't stay in one spot forever. We got to keep moving. So we ended up in Charleston, and it just ended up migrating to King Street, South Carolina. And for some reason, that's just what we planted our feet at. How my entrepreneurial journey got started, I started school at Voorhees College in 2013, and then my track coach moved to North Carolina Central University and got a bigger job in financial aid. And so that whole summer, I'm talking to the track coach at ACCU, not mine now. Mine got a job in financial aid. We're talking to the track coach there. And all summer long, every other 2 weeks, hey coach, I got this. Hey coach, I got that. Hey coach, I got this. My paperwork in for this. My paperwork in for that now. And then the minute I got to ACCU, he acted like he didn't know who I was with mechanic aid. I was like, oh, okay. And they wanted to prove or fight it because it's like, he would say he didn't know who I was. Can't prove phone call. And so now, like every other college student, I'm trying to find a way to make $1 online because I gave up my scholarship to come here. Okay. So, I found this guy on YouTube, some random commercial on YouTube, and the guy was talking about selling ads online. So I was like, guys, my 2 friends that I met at NCCU, Ferry Ramirez, this is him here, and then Aaron. I was like, guys, we can sell ads online. How do you do it, Al? I don't know. My major is child development. I don't know anything about computers. I just got a phone in college. Just started social media my sophomore year in college. I don't know anything about computers. But he said we could sell ads, and so we can do it. So I went back on YouTube, started learning how to do it and whatnot, and so we started making $800 a month selling ads online on, I don't know if some of you guys may remember Google Plus. Just selling ads. So what you do is you make ads with Canva or Paint. They're super easy to make, and then you cold call a company and be like, hey yo, I got this ad with this shoe or something. You trying to buy it, and they usually they'll buy ads for like maybe 8 cents, $1, $1.15. So you gotta keep going at it. 2 years later down the line, we all sold that company for $750,000 a piece. What I mean by a piece is because they bought something called bought it laterally. I don't still really understand what that means, but basically, he bought my information, bought Ferry's, bought Aaron's. And not that we were hiding it from each other, it's just we were all figuring it out. And so it's like, if Ferry said he could do something or Aaron said she could do something, go do it. Because I don't know what we do. We figured this out. Aaron was majoring in welding. He was learning the trade. Aaron was in physics and chemistry. None of us learned computers. Just like the talk you said, just because you know what you're doing, don't let that stop you from not doing it. And so, like I said, we got this, and then Scott was like, I have all this money now. I don't know what to do with it. Like, no clue. The family's straight. And so it's like, I don't know what to do with it. So I went to Scott, and I was like, Scott, can you teach me what to do with this money? He was like, no, because you're black. But not in the sense of skin color, in mindset. I was like, well, Scott, I've never bought Jordans or Nikes or chains before. Like, I don't know what that stuff is. It was good. You never had money before. I was like, oh, that's true. Yeah. And so before Scott taught me anything, he had me read every one of these books you see on this board. Like, he was buying me the books, PDF. He was challenging me, testing me, quizzing me. Like, yo, I'm not giving you my time unless you read these books here. I was like, oh, okay. And so that whole summer, I went in. Then that summer, he flew me to Silicon Valley and taught me the game of money and marketing. This thing up here is nasty. And so, yeah. After that, Now this money is in a fund where I can't touch until I have my first million. But after coming back from Silicon Valley, it's like now I'm making $900 a month on social media. I'm making all this money and residuals from this, and I don't know what to do. So I'm back on YouTube, and I ran into another guy named Fred Lamb, who is like a whiz in e-commerce, younger than me. And I was like, Fred, can you teach me how to start an e-commerce business? And ta-da, that's how I got into e-commerce. Made my first million in 2018. Funny story is like when I started my e-commerce business, no clue how to build a website, but we figured it out. And then that's also how I ran into Lauren, my first employee and my best friend for the past 9 years now. And she's also the mother of my godchild here, Gio. The reason I needed Lauren was because at the time I started my e-commerce business, Shopify has this contract with AliExpress. And so you can sell anything on AliExpress. You can sell shoes, you can have your own little Amazon. But the thing about it is that at the time the company was called Alton Mosley. And I was selling phone cases thinking I was selling tech. And so she got me straight. That's a piece of plastic. That's not tech. And then friends started really coming in and supporting the business. And I was like, okay, cool. But it was like, we want these here, we want this here, we want this here. I don't know the name of anything. I don't know the deep brand names of anything. And so Lauren was like, Al, I got you. And I stole her from McDonald's, and she, again, been my ace boom cool titties. This is now the perfect family. As of July 1st, we celebrated 9 years, 2026. I'll run, now mind you, I'm not running all of these places, like going everywhere in the third with my head cut off. All I do is run numbers all day. My Excel spreadsheet game is amazing. But yeah, 3 restaurants, 4 hair salons, a law firm, a business consulting firm, a farm, a pet store, a real estate agency, tax company, 2 community centers, and a telecom business that we just recently opened up in India, estimated to $7 million a year. All of these businesses are ran by my main team of 30 of like the dreams that they want to do. Like these are the things that they want to do. Like 2 of my employees run a law firm in Paris, France. Like they went to go get their law degree. They went to go, went on to school and everything, got the license. They worked under another law firm before 3 years later. Now we want to open up our firm. I gave them a percentage of them to open up the firm. So we have a law firm. So all of these businesses are ran by people under my team who, like, I really push them to follow their dreams because I want them working for me forever. I don't plan on doing this forever. My goal in life is to be the ultimate house husband. Ultimate house husband. And so yeah, that's the perfect family. Now, what I want from 1 Million Cups Columbia. We ready for this part?
Yes.
All right. This is what I plan on doing. Number 1, celebrating big wins. Usually people call them small wins. We're going to call them big wins here. Celebrating big wins. Someone got their first customer, or raised funding, or launched something, or hired someone, opened up a new place, or maybe made a connection here at 1 Million Cups. I thought if we do that, it might raise, like, what's that word? The atmosphere. I don't think that's the right word. Morale or something. Just celebrating big wins. Maybe either I call somebody in the crowd, like what you do, or maybe we have like a box at the front and you just write it down and maybe we read it at the next session. Okay. Social media experience. Now I'm kind of talking to myself on this one because I run the social media here, and so kind of emphasizing a little bit more on our social media. One thing I'm really sad about that I missed, and that one thing we should have hit hard on, is when the lady came back and told us the story about how she learned so much from 1 Million Cups with her publishing company. I should have blasted that all over our social media because it can show, hey yo, we really working on it. We really did something. So that's something I definitely should have put on social media, but again, I missed that whole thing. But again, we have the newsletter, short clips, what happened at the 1 Million Cup Success, founder spotlights maybe, of those who usually come by and are really doing something like this Judy. Showcasing her podcast and her YouTube channel. Student Entrepreneur Day. Now, I thought this was really cool. So when I started my business in college, I didn't even know you could major in business. I didn't even know that was a thing. And so when I started my business in college, I was literally by myself, besides my 2 friends, but by myself outside. And so I thought maybe following the rules of 1 Million Cups, we catch them at year 0, coming here, maybe talking about what they're doing, just getting some hints here and there about, hey, maybe some questions that you guys ask so that when they get out there in year 1, which is first time founder, which is technically after they graduate, they already know what to do. They already know what to expect. They already know what the people are going to be looking for because we're going to bombard them when they come here in year 5. When they come here 5 years later, this is what happened. And that could also give Ms. Judy more of a defense when she goes and introduces herself to these colleges, like this is what we got, this is what we plan. Number 4, and if somebody was here from Boyd Innovation Center, they would have got this joke, but be the launch pad for businesses preparing to take their story to the big stage like they do at Tech on Tap. They would have got the launch pad at Tech on Tap. If somebody was here. Okay. And then last but not least, bringing global perspectives to 1 million cups. The reason this is really big for me because my team is a fruit salad of many different people. I have a Hispanic on my team. My secretary is Catholic Irish. One of them is gay. Another one is Indian. Another one is French. Another one is Italian. They all started here in Kingsley, South Carolina, but then expanded after they started making money for me. And I was like, damn, that's leave. And so the idea is I want to start bringing more people of different cultures here. One way I'm already doing that is I'm really good friends. I've already took Miss Fan out for dinner. We're talking about that. She is she's the president of the Chamber of Commerce for the Asian community here in Columbia, South Carolina. And she's also the social media director for the entire thing of this right here. So that's how I'm starting right there. Other than that, that's it.
Very impressive what you've done all. Yes. I'm curious. Okay, coming from homelessness, another country, et cetera, okay, how did you start creating networks with heavy hitters like Scott Galloway and I guess the other 2 folks and whatnot? How did you start meeting them?
So, Scott Galloway worked for Google through contract. He was the one I sold the ad company to. Then I reached back out to him like, hey, yo, what do I do with this money? That's how I met Scott.
Well, how'd you get his attention on your company to begin with?
That's another thing. Google found us on Google Plus. Like, how are you doing this without an algorithm? I ain't never heard that word before. Aaron, or Ferry. Again, child development, welding, physics, and astronomy. They were like, how are you doing this on Google Plus without an algorithm? How are you bringing 2,000 people to your network and selling ads without an algorithm? You got good customer service. That was it. Again, I didn't have a phone until college. I didn't have social media until sophomore year.
Good customer service.
Yeah, it's good customer service. Whole college. But that's a funny story, and this might be a small inappropriate story. But when it comes to selling ads, Pornhub was our highest buyer. Like selling sex toys was crazy.
Porn is good business.
That's my motto.
No, it really is. It's the lead generator of most of the innovation that most people take for granted. The internet was cultivated because of porn. So
Yeah,
The
the first one.
was ready to collapse until it got adopted.
Yeah, I mean,
We could not get any traction, and one day it went crazy, and we're all like, what happened?
What happened?
And we went, oh
yeah,
my
that
gosh.
happened.
the porn industry
What's-
went from videos to online. DVDs and tapes to online video, monetized it at a record pace. We were working on Procter and Gamble products, studying porn, because it was like, look at, they can make money online.
Well, they gave everything away for free,
Yeah.
right? So you could go and see everything for free, but they charge the advertiser, right? And hence, there you go.
And that locked in the sharing part of the internet.
Yeah.
After that,
Yeah.
everybody was like,
Off
forget
to
the
the
security, we got to get this thing
And with
rolling.
that, not to bring the subject up.
Just shoes, phones, like anything we thought of. We just turned it into an ad or a commercial.
Yeah.
We just called the company. Under Armour was our second best. We were just selling sports products because I was an athlete, so I know a little bit about that. But just anything we get our hands on.
Do you think there's what is obviously that wouldn't work today, right?
People still kind of do it.
They're doing this, yeah.
It ain't. Yeah. People still kind of do it, but they'll sell on money.
What do you think is a comparable thing today? Like, what is something like that you think hasn't been, like, if you come across anything you think hasn't been tapped yet, like that was.
I would not. I'm gonna hold it this now. Any other questions?
I think if you want to do that, it's curated content. Watching what the Chinese, the Koreans, the Indians are doing. Nigeria was doing it. Was it about what was it? It wasn't
Nollywood.
Nollywood.
Yeah.
Talking about vertical space
Yeah.
is the next real front, and a lot of that comes back to accessibility of other people being able to tell a story that is not normally greenlit by what we call traditional Hollywood, and now traditional Hollywood is getting into that space. So money is going to be flooding that space. You're going to start seeing a bunch of vertical series, a bunch of vertical ads,
Product placement.
You're already seeing it on YouTube with the movement from their base platform of 16:9 to Shorts, YouTube Shorts, which was a copy of TikTok, a response to what TikTok was already doing. So that's probably the next frontier in a you gonna plug it in for 'em? Yeah. In a space where it's open to a lot of different industries if you are brave enough to get into that space and figure out a way that platform, which is really no different than 16:9, but it's just it seems new to people, right?
Okay, Dr. Thaddeus, I'm gonna interrupt you. Say that in English.
The vertical space is to answer your question. The vertical space is where you as an industry, don't matter the industry, can go and find a new audience. Basically, short attention spans. That's done that.
No, that's similar to
Short
plays.
Yep, dramas, plays, all that stuff.
I was a program that did all the electronic stuff.
3 minutes,
So they're toying with longer form stuff now, but it started off as short.
I'll give you a prime.
30.
Let me give you a prime example.
3 minutes.
Excuse me, sorry, Pat. Go on YouTube and look at Chinese CEO falls in love with blah blah blah.
Yeah.
That's all you have to type in. Mercedes-Benz and Subway, of all people,
Are the sponsors.
are the sponsors. So every car that the hero drives is a Mercedes-Benz, and there's a shot of the logo. There's a shot of the car from the side. There was a van in one of them. I went, holy crap. Mercedes-Benz makes a luxury van that looks like that? And see, they caught me.
It's eyeballs.
Yeah.
It's really about monetizing attention, and whoever has the most attention gets the money from the advertisers to say, oh, you've got X amount of people looking at this every day. I need my product in front. What do we need to do to get together?
But oddly enough, BMW actually started this. They produced a movie on YouTube, a short movie. It was a short. And that thing blew up. And after that, the war escalated. The business war escalated where people were making content. But BMW spent millions on it, so it looked good. What slowly happened with TikTok and Instagram and everybody else is the standard, the quality standard comes down. So for small businesses, local folks, start making content instead of selling. Folks want to, every time the camera comes on, buy my product, buy my product. Consumers have tuned that out. What you've got to do now is give me some content with the product involved, wrapped around the product. Anyway, there you go.
And a quick 2 questions to me on the books you read for your mentor. What was one that most impacts you? 2-part question. Second half of the question is, how do you guys look for business partners when you make your selection, since you have a vast array? How do we work with Al?
Number one it's written by Robert T. Kiyosaki. It's called The Business of the 21st Century. That book told my brain, yo, you're doing everything wrong. You were doing this life thing wrong. Robert T. Kiyosaki, Business of the 21st Century. And then how we find partners. After about a 2-year vetting process, then we let you in the door. I am a little, I guess, the more money I make, the more paranoid I kind of get. And so after a strong 2-year process of vetting you and watching you, how you move, because we watch it, then we kind of let you in the door. Now these companies you see here are just from my team. There's other people under us as well that we help and we partner with.
So you provide the capital, but you find an expert in that field to actually run the business.
So yeah, I provide some of the capital. Like I'm only on 13% of the law firm, And then once they become an expert themselves in the field, then we all work together. So like if one of my partners want to open up a hair salon, they're not doing it by themselves. My HR person will do the paperwork. I will build the website. Somebody else will do this, that, and third. You focus on running that hair salon. You focus on learning hair.
And eventually they can buy you out if they
If they
want.
want to, yeah. Have no problem with that. Yes, sir.
So with these businesses right here, are shares open to the public then listed?
No, private, no, thank you. We plan on doing that soon because we plan on opening up a venture capital firm soon because we did close the Vigo in 2024. I'm going to get the name of the company wrong, but yeah, we plan on opening up a venture capital firm soon.
So with the with you now as the lead co-organizer, and you've laid out some lofty goals that you want to achieve. What's one of the first things that you want us to, as a community, put forward to? What's the most important one that you want us to work on first, and then kind of how do you see that unfolding, especially with when you mentioned the students? I know you're at Benedict. What's the best way for us to enact your plan?
One of the biggest things I want to focus on is celebrating and sharing our big wins. That's the biggest thing I want to focus on, is just telling us like what we're working on, what we're doing, how did somebody get their first customer. When it comes to implementing this plan here, maybe focusing on the business departments like the USC, Dollar Benedict Business, don't specifically know the name, that's change. And then Allen as well. Kind of just like, this is our pitch, this is what we have for your entrepreneurs, especially within the public speaking area, and yeah.
He's kind of not a direct correlation, but
I'll let him answer.
Okay, I just recently had the opportunity to attend the Kaufman Foundation convention, which was in Kansas City, Missouri. It was a great event, and I would stress to my fellow organizers that we had. I think Thad has already been, and to the rest who have not been, it's a great opportunity to learn. They have 3 different regions: the East region, the Central region, and the West region. I had the opportunity to meet people from literally all across the United States, and what they emphasize, and I'm jumping in and as you talking about your vision, how you want, but you need to kind of get in sync with the Kaufman Foundation to what they want to do, and then because you'll find what you're trying to do once you line up what they're doing, you'll see even more greater opportunity. One thing that they touted when we were there is a fast track initiative. Basically, that's for all entrepreneurs to get a foundation, basically a model of what they're putting forth. So it's very important for you to pick up on that. And the next thing is accountability for the organizers, that we are in sync and that we work among the different regions to coordinate with what we're doing. So that's very important. So, and Kim Vogel, who was the team lead for the East region, she said, I made a point to talk to her, and she said, it's very difficult to get in contact. I said, why? I said, not. She said, I'm going to come and see you all personally. I said, okay, we'll see you soon. So she'll be here, and that should be a great meeting for us. But I did make a couple of notes real quick. Let's see. I mentioned all of the different regions that we met with East. That was from New York all the way down to Florida, Midwest, Kansas. Like I said, they did a really great job of organizing. They picked us up from the airport. They showed us around, and the breakouts were really good. With the presenters that they had. California was there, and I don't think we had anybody from outside the country. Maybe Canada at the very least there. And let's see. Again, like I said, what they stressed at this very present moment is fast track for everybody that's involved as an organizer with the Kaufman Foundation, because that's very important. It's really going to drive the direction at which the organization is headed in. So that's primarily for and another thing. One thing that I found interesting was in all the different regions, they have a lot of challenges that we experience. I think Ocala got it going on. They have 100+ people every meeting, but they still have challenges. They have people that they get set up for their journey, but at the last minute they drop out. But they've come up with a very innovative way to keep things moving, even though they have these challenges. So that's that one thing that we need to look into. And for the people that, attend entrepreneurs, I think you should probably look at maybe, or I'm just speaking in general, if you have opportunity to try and participate more with the organization, because you'll find that that's going to be very beneficial to you, not only your business endeavors, but what you're trying to do. And all of this is, we donate our time. That's the biggest thing. It says 2 hours, but that would tell you that he spends an exorbitant amount of time outside of this working for this organization. So, that's the one I think, I can say is that's a takeaway that, you really have to volunteer a lot of your time, but I think that you will benefit in the long run. Don't overdo it. They stress also that, make it fun and make it, enjoyable for your journey.
I think, let me jump in for a second. Two things. One of the things that as a co-organizer is when you don't have enough co-organizers, it makes it a lot more work for the ones that are. So when we've had more co-organizers in the past, then it was 2 hours that you could actually spend during the week, basically on 1 Million Cup stuff. But when you don't, the less co-organizers you have, the more hats you have to wear, right? And so there you're spending more time doing things. And the second part I'll mention is that Fast Track is not new to us as a community. Tom Ledbetter does that program here in Columbia twice a year, or is it once a year?
Used to be. Count on once a year.
Tom's retired. Tom's at once.
Okay, so that is not something that you got to go and like reinvent the wheel and figure out how to do it. You got somebody in this room right now that facilitates that, and it's partnered with through the city at some point and Midlands Tech, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So Fast Track is definitely available. We embrace it, and it's available for you. I'm not sure what at one point it was a scholarship attached to it. Now it's a little.
The one here in Columbia is all orchestrated through Midlands Tech, but done by Office of Business Opportunity.
Okay.
Right, and typically the Office of Business Opportunity asks you for a small deposit up front, but they scholarship the street value of the course, which is $450.
Okay.
And I guess in the room, I don't know how many have taken Fast Track, but I think they probably, when you say the word Fast Track, they need to kind of know what that is.
Yeah.
Fast Track is, because a lot of people probably benefit from it.
Well, Tom, go ahead and tell us what Fast Track is.
You hear? Can you hear?
Tell us what Fast Track is.
The next class is just being planned right now, but it looks like it's going to start like the third week of January.
Where at?
Okay.
Yeah. It's going to be at Midlands Tech Northeast Campus on Tuesday nights for 10 nights.
What can we expect to learn there?
Right, what is Fast Track?
What is Fast Track?
Right.
Fast
He's
Track
hard to
is
hear.
a package developed by the Kaufman Foundation that has evolved over the years. There used to be 3 versions of Fast Track. There was Fast Track New Venture, which was for folks that have never been in a business before. There's Fast Track Growth Venture, which is for folks that are already in business and need to vector, pivot, do whatever you want to do. And there was Fast Track Tech Venture. And we taught Fast Track Tech Venture here at the incubator one time, and it was wildly receptive. I mean, really good program. But today they've gone virtual. Everything's available online, and it's just called Fast Track. It's not given another classification, so it's for just about anybody. But it is a program of 10 subject matter nights. Each night is officiated essentially by a facilitator and a subject matter expert. All right, so we bring in talent and resources so you get it directly from the expert as to what's going on. So on legal night, we bring in Doug. On AI night, we bring in Donna. On social media night, we bring in what we call marketing, which is typically for social media. Social media, we bring in we have a selection of social media experts that can come in. We have Ron Harvey will show up and talk to you about knowing yourself, okay, and these types of things.
Great program. Fast Track, and I mix it up.
We're doing one, I'm doing one with the library that starts in September, but it's for folks that have already graduated from fast track. So it's an accelerated level on 4 different subjects. It's on legal, it's on social media, it's on personal development, and it's on, I can't remember the other one. I'll think of it in just a second. I think it's
Not marketing.
financing and accounting.
Is it
Okay.
virtual or?
How to set up
Social
for
media.
growth and attract investors.
Is it, virtual or is it in person? Is it virtual or in person?
That starts in first week of September, second week.
Virtual or in person?
No, it is virtual. It is virtual.
Is there a website for it?
The one for the OBO, which is the in-person class that you can find out about that, go to the OBO website at columbia.net.
Great resource.
Well,
Hold on, I just have one question, so we have to go with this minute. So this is my first time here. Just want to know exactly what one is, if there's like membership involved, like basically how it works.
Not membership involved, just you come and you must volunteer and I give you a job. You need the help, but it's all volunteer, no membership, nothing paid like that. We're all volunteers, and you get an amazing shirt like you see in the back. One million cups there, and I got a job for you. Yes, it does.
Okay, thank you.
Or you can just come when you want.
Other than that, that's the end of my amazing yes. Oh,
Thomas.
the 3 people at the same time.
A word about volunteering is that for all volunteer organizations, especially this one, it's voluntary to want to participate, but once you say I'm going to do it, it's mandatory.
Just something that I've got a cursory thing on our contacts, but Alice looking at being part of a group that's going into Congo to repair the damage done in the past and bring the country up to modern standards. And I think he'll do a great job if the group he's telling to gets properly funded, which sounds encouraging. So it's just funny how life just kind of comes around if you do the right things, and then you help a lot of people, and I think he'll be a great asset.
I think I applaud your goals. I do believe they have to align with Kaufman. But the big challenge for this room is how empty we are. I think that's our first challenge. Our first and foremost, we were the preeminent chapter for years.
On the East Coast.
On the East Coast. Well, shoot, we did pretty good with everybody. We're averaging about 80 people in the room. 2 speakers a Wednesday. We've got to find a way, and it's more than just the organizers inviting folks. People come in here, even if you can't volunteer, please invite people. The room needs to be made up. This isn't a place for selling, doesn't mean it doesn't have value.
Can we know who's going to be the speaker more than the night before? Because that would help to invite people like, you should come to 1 Million Cups next week.
If you're on the list, you get that list.
Yeah, but I'm saying to be able to invite somebody.
I'm telling you.
Okay.
It comes out a week ahead. So if you're on the mailing list, you'll get an email. I got an email last week saying that Al was going to be the speaker. So if you join, when you click that link and opt in to get our email, then you'll get that as well. You'll know way ahead of time. And the other part of that is we let you know as soon as we know.
Right.
Because they have to be coached through the process of presenting. And believe it or not, people back out last minute. They will say, yeah, I'm good for Wednesday. And then they go, no. Or they just don't answer their phone, or they don't show up, or
they don't respond at all.
And so that's the other aspect of this particular type of event, is that it's at the whim of the community, right? The people that want to participate, and sometimes why do I have to go through coaching? Because it's a different type of thing than you're normally going to go and do. people are very comfortable coming talking about their business. They are not as comfortable coming to talk about themselves and their journey to their business, and that's a completely different thing. And so that's the coaching that they receive. And once they hear that, sometimes people are taken aback by that. So it makes it harder to. Sometimes we have a pipeline that is very full, and you'll know exactly because the people are interested, and then there's things that we can't control. Summertime, people leave, and so it's always hard to keep the pipeline. I've been doing this for I don't even want to think about how long I've been doing this for, but I've been doing this for probably almost 10 years now.
Rookie.
And that aspect of it has never changed. Summertime is always a struggle to get people in because life happens. Family vacations happen. We're traveling. We're doing other things. And then come fall, you start to see it pick up and the pipeline becomes full again and we're scheduling people out. So we do our best, and we can blame Al. No, but Al does the social media. He puts together that little newsletter that goes out, and if you want to come on and take that job, we're happy to have you come on board to schedule that as well. So yeah, it's very important so people know. But just know that you're going to come and talk to a bunch of business owners. That every week we do something. Even if somebody backs out, we will have a learning session. We will have a town hall. We will do something to foster the community, and that is valuable in itself as well.
Thanks for talking to me then.
I'm applaud you for stepping up and, with the goal and everything, so
Yeah.
I support. Congratulations on all your success also. And Ron, I wanted to ask you, just something about cost of money issues and things that I know, especially environment, things has changed. Cost of money caught up to today's standards and changes.
I would say, yeah. They are embracing AI and everything that's, keeping the organization on the forefront. But I think the leadership, if you look at it, they're looking ahead, and so that's exactly what they're trying to do. And so they're really, I don't know how often they have the convention that they have, but they're breaking it down where now they're going to have regional meetings before they go back to having the meeting at the convention to look at, how it is that each region differs, what affects them, and what needs to be done to make sure that they facilitate what they're doing. So they're very well, looking at things to promote the foundation and how they can help the people at the local level. I think is what they're doing now. Getting back to basics and then moving forward, back to the organization where they bring everybody together. But now I think they're looking at, why the numbers in certain, like Derek was saying, here at one time, I think before COVID, they had maybe 100 plus people.
Yeah.
But now it's dwindled down. So they've experienced, they looked at a lot of those, basically they're looking at the numbers and saying, what can we do to get the business? Because I think as we look at the country now, the business is going to be a really big factor in terms of the way the job market is going now. So everybody should have more of a business mindset. And that's why they were talking the Fast Track initiative, which, Thad said, it's been around for a long time. There are people that they go online and they do it for themselves. They can, there was a stress and get your certificate. So they say, okay, I went online, I did it virtually, I got my certificate, but I think you're doing yourself a disservice. You need to go and sit with someone like Tom there and make sure you get the full picture. You can go ahead and rush and get the certificate, but then you find that you're going to have to, catch up otherwise anyway. So, but they're doing a lot to, I guess you could say, bring and make sure that we're on the forefront, because that they stress that, from the Kaufman Foundation, that it's very important what they're doing in terms of trying to get entrepreneurs into business, because that really drives the country, moves the country, keeps the country moving in the direction that they want to see, moving forward.
All our co-organizers, we meet regionally on Zoom. The first Tuesday, I think, of the month is our regional meeting. So all the co-organizers who aren't on Slack or on the mailing list.
You ain't gonna need to call my name.
I didn't call your name, but you a hit dog or a hurt dog or holler. You can get on the Slack and be aware of what's going on regionally. Talk to other organizations like the Ocala out of Florida. There's several in Florida.
Oh yeah.
There's a new one in New York, and we can actually talk between communities to see what's working, what we can do, to better our community and help them better theirs. So I sat on that meeting. We sat on that meeting last week. Was that
The week before
last? I think it was the first Tuesday of the month. So if you are a co-organizer and you're not on that list, let me know. I'll get you. I think I helped Ron get on the Slack. I'll help you all get on the Slack so that you can at least, if you can't make the meeting, you can see the recap. You can meet Kim Vogel, who's the regional rep for us. And then that way you're just as connected. You don't have to go through somebody else to see what's going on. You can actually be on par with the organization and see what they're releasing as they release it.
All right.
Last question.
Yes.
What can 1 Million Cups Columbia do for you?
Just help me implement the ideas that I have, and hopefully something happens out of that.
All right. Yes.
I talked to Dirk Brown on the way in this morning. He's the director of the Mayor Center for Entrepreneurism and Free Enterprise at USC. And I asked him, I said, because I was riding down by the quad over on the other side of town, and everybody's there. The students they don't start until next week. But let's not lose the initiative, and let's not focus solely on the University of South Carolina.
Right. Yeah.
Columbia International University has a very active entrepreneurship program. Midlands Tech has a very active entrepreneurship program. Let's figure out a way that we can, in a disciplined fashion, invite and track and report back to the professors who's attending 1 Million Cups from there. We invite them, but let's follow up with it and make sure that we build this out. We can add 30 people in the meeting room.
Yep.
Columbia College also, but real quick, the gentleman from SCORE dropped these off. They're looking for both clients and mentors. The information is right here on the table. Please grab it. SCORE is a resource. We will always share other resources that, this is free, where you can go and talk to somebody about your business. And those of you like a little long in the tooth like Kenny can volunteer and be a mentor and help people and answer questions. Us young people need those questions answered, Kenny. We need to work with you elders. So please grab that. Yes, ma'am. There you go. Sorry.
What you were saying, one of the challenges I've reached out to, especially benefit, I've actually talked to the young ladies of the business department and explain to get the students. And so she was saying that I don't know what was the issue with them. But she said that this year they want to get the students out more into London. So that has been trying to get, that's one of the issues. So if I can get assistance with getting into those colleges, and I think we're very successful with a young lady that's the business. She's come here sometimes that was running for political. She would send her
Casey, Dr. White.
Yeah, so she would send a student, and I think with some kind of incentive or some kind of credit.
I think that's something that needs to be worked out on their end, right? If they're going to give them credit for coming, that's fine. We just need a system that says they showed up, right? And that could be something as simple as a QR code for students that sends an email saying, "Hey, a check-in," right?
We'll do that at the end of the meeting,
and we can do that at the end of the meeting, and make one for each professor that we've contacted that says they're going to send their students, and it can be a simple QR that sends an email that says, "Hey, I attended 1 Million Cups," because you won't get the QR to the end.
Yeah. So that's some kind of thing for the students to come, because I love having them in the room.
Yeah.
And they feedback, that they're the new generation now.
Yeah, absolutely. We're only as good at community-wise. We're only as good as the people that really want to be active and be in the room and see the value here. I talk about 1 Million Cups every place I go. Ever since I've been coming, it helped change my life. and I try to pour that into other people. So even as an entrepreneur and resident at the library, I made time to be able to say, I'm not missing 1 million cups. So I'll start my day later at the library because it's that important, right?
What
And
are you
it's
focusing on residents? What's your,
what am I focusing on?
yeah, on residents?
Creative entrepreneurship is my main focus, but I can help entrepreneurs through many different walks. So I do have a master's in business, and not to lean on the credentials, but I have a lot of experience just from coming here, leaning and learning from these other businesses here. So like I got a guy who wants to start a food truck. Well, I did 14 years, 15 years in food service. I know a little bit about how to help you get started, about how to help that plan. I've done a little bit in tech. I've done it a bit all over the place. So what my big goal is to be able to help you facilitate, right, to plan out what you need to do and lay out the steps, right, so that you're not going, I want to start a food truck, but I don't know where to start. I want to start a tech business, but I don't know who do I contact. I can start getting you in line with the right people to talk to lay out that plan. And again, like any business plan it's a living document. As things change, it changes. And that's what a lot of people don't understand. They think, I got my business plan, it's set in stone, I'm ready to go. That's not how that works.
And he's selling himself short. His real skill is almost as a product as a manager. I'm sorry. Project manager.
Right, okay.
I don't know. The ability. I'm just going to endorse it. He's as organized as can be, and that's the reason I hang around him, because I am chaos.
Right.
But if you need to get your stuff together, I almost said the H word. This is what you need to do. Go in and he's patient like that. See, having those steps is so important for us as business owners. But we get so caught up in running our business that we run our business without really having those steps. This monster right here is a king of organization.
Processes and systems.
See, he likes processes.
Yeah. That will save you when your emotion does not.
Yeah.
Right?
What you said.
I just want to say the meeting's over, so y'all y'all straight. The whole thing's over.
Oh, meeting's over. So
Yeah. Get up.
We just talking.
Say that again.
The von Clausewitz, the Austrian general back in the 1800s, made a comment about all the planning and stuff. No plan for battle survives first contact with the enemy.
Yeah.
You can plan, but nothing happens until you set your feet down and get going, and then it's live and it starts changing.
You know, the new world philosopher Mike Tyson says it even better. Everybody's got a plan until you get punched in the mouth.
I decide whether you get up or run.
Do I really want to fight this fight?
I'm just gonna lay here and hope he doesn't see me.
Yeah, I'm gonna just lay down. I think Mike hit me hard enough to make me